There's a counter that starts at 50 and slowly goes down to 0. If this number hits 0 and he has a successful movement opportunity, then you're dead. The way to combat this is by using your flashlight. Every single time you use your flashlight, the counter is reset to 50 and he can't kill you. So what does that mean for this challenge? Hello everybody, welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 without using the lights, but we use the flashlight. I'm your host, Chicken Ninja 42, and today we're going to be looking at angry comments from 6-year-olds because I use the flashlight. But all jokes aside, I use the flashlight. The only reason is because this challenge would be purely impossible without using the flashlight. But the flashlight was the only exception I was willing to make. I'm still not going to be using any camera lights or vent lights throughout this entire challenge. And if you think adding the ability to use the flashlight is going to make this challenge any bit easier, yeah, you're wrong. But now that I'm done rambling on about Foxy, it's about time we start talking about the vents themselves. In this night, we have 4 different vent animatronics: Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Balloon Boy, and Mangle. I'll be talking about each of these animatronics individually, starting with Toy Bonnie. To show you the movement patterns of every single animatronic, I got this very confusing map off Google. As you can hopefully see, Toy Bonnie goes from the show stage to the main hall, and then he can either go into party room 4 or 3. From there, he can go into party room 2, which is connected to our right vent. And obviously, this is the vent that he goes through. Once he enters the vent, we'll be able to see him on the camera. After another successful movement, he'll be in his kill stage. To avoid the jump scare, we need to put on our mask and wait for him to go across the screen. Once he disappears from our screen, we're safe and we can go back to normal. The next animatronic, Toy Chica, is literally the exact same as Bonnie, but on the left side. The only 2 differences being that you can see her character model down the hallway, and also once Toy Chica's in her kill stage, she won't do the same animation as Bonnie. Instead of moving across the screen, once you put your mask down for a while, then she'll just go back to the show stage. The way that I knew these 2 were in the vent without using my lights was through this noise. This noise plays whenever an animatronic enters a vent. So if I heard this noise at least 2 times, then that means there was 2 movement opportunities in the vent, which means they could be in their kill stage. So I would keep my mask down for a while, and if I saw Bonnie go across the screen, then I knew it was Bonnie. And if I heard the same noise play a while after I had my mask down, then it was most likely Chica returning to the show stage. The next animatronic I want to talk about is Mangle. Mangle has the exact same movement patterns as Toy Bonnie, the only differences being that instead of starting off in the show stage, Mangle starts off in Kids Cove. And also you can see Mangle down the hallway unlike Toy Bonnie. Mangle will play the exact same vent noise when she goes into the vent, but once she's in her kill stage, she'll play this noise instead. This is how I knew she was in her kill stage. When I heard that noise, I would put on my mask and keep it on until the noise stopped and I heard a vent noise. Then I knew it was safe to take the mask off. Alright, now the final one we have to talk about is Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy doesn't even know how to spell the word movement. He starts off in the game room camera, and then once he has a successful movement opportunity, he jumps directly to our vent camera. We know he's in the vent once a vent noise plays and one of these 3 sound effects plays.
Hi. Hello.
And again, after we've heard 2 vent noises and 2 of those sound effects, he's most likely in his quote-unquote kill stage. He can't actually kill us, he just deactivates our flashlight and assists in our murder. And that's pretty much it. These vent animatronics are the biggest reason why we die in these nights. Since there's 4 different animatronics, all the vent clanging can get really confusing. The other 2 animatronics, Freddy and Foxy, we don't really have to worry about. Their AI levels are so low that we barely even see them throughout the night. And there we go, bada bing, bada boom. That was only night 2, oh my god. Night 3 is where everything that can go bad does go bad. There's 2 more animatronics, a way more aggressive Foxy and Puppet, and there's also a lot more feces in my pants. In this night, we of course have to talk about the Withered animatronics. We were introduced to Withered Foxy last night, but in this night, we're introduced to 3 more. Withered Freddy, Withered Bonnie, and Withered Chica. I'm not going to be explaining the movement patterns anymore because they're all really simple. They all start off in parts and service. Withered Freddy's gonna get into our room through the hallway, Withered Bonnie's gonna get in through the left vent, and Withered Chica's gonna get in through the right vent. Basically, Withered Freddy works the exact same as Toy Freddy, and Withered Chica and Withered Bonnie switch vents compared to Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie. That's how they get to our room to kill us, but we kinda don't want that, so how do we get rid of them? There's gotta be some super cool sound effect that plays only for the Withered animatronics. No. Like I said, Withered Freddy works the exact same as Toy Freddy, so you can see him down the hallway and he'll slowly get closer until he actually enters the room to try and jump scare you. Once he's in the room, you obviously put on the mask, or you at least try to. Bro, what the f was that, bro? God damn it, bro! For anybody wondering what happened there, I was trying to put on the mask, but since I had just put down the camera, the mask button wasn't actually on the screen. So when I tried to flick it down, it wasn't there, and the button wouldn't load in because my mouse was already on the spot. And that's all Withered Freddy does. He's really easy because he's one of the only animatronics that we can actually see. Whenever we put our camera down, we just want to make sure we put our mask down as well. And if he spawns in our office, then we already have our mask on. And that's definitely not the case for the other two. Withered Chica and Withered Bonnie are seriously one of the biggest problems in this challenge. Withered Chica and Withered Bonnie work the exact same as Toy Bonnie. Once they're in the vent and they have one more successful movement opportunity, they'll be in their kill phase. One more movement after that and they'll automatically be in our room. If our camera